Got it.
Welcome to Dudley's Range Rogues. Now, we're not talking about this particular World War II open bolt subgun. We already done that. We did that with a Rock Veteran 8888. Instead, we've got Top Shot Dustin, and we're talking about that World War II open bolt submachine gun, the grease gun.
Right.
Some people think my job as a gun lobbyist is just wearing suits at the Capitol and shuffling paper. Well, not so much.
Well, we're out here reviewing World War II subguns for Dudley's Range Rogues. And we've done some work with the MP40, we've done some work with the Thompson, and let's get out and go to the, I don't know what even to call this thing, not even the OG, it's this pre-OG caveman gun. It is the simplest gun on the planet. Almost like a zip gun.
Yeah.
Like somebody made it at home with a ball peen hammer and a piece of tin. The grease gun. I love it. It makes me feel like a caveman almost. And I figure before I give any other assessments, I'm gonna let the expert shoot it and see what you think. I mean, you've shot it before, but like,
It's been a while.
shoot it with an assessment of, of what you think of it.
All right.
How much time have you had on it already?
Maybe a mag or two?
Really?
Long time ago?
Yeah, a while ago. So, yeah, why don't you shoot it and tell me what you think. Maybe I call you the Top Shot Dustin, I call like, wow, our shooting monkey. Like you just give him guns and he jumps around and does crazy things with them and he hits. So, yeah, do it.
It is so simple. Does it have sights? Okay.
It has sights. It has sights.
Okay. It's okay, and so we're just ready to rock like that, eh?
So let's shut up and shoot.
Okay, let's see. Let's see if the sights are on, eh?
Yep.
It's slow. It's the rate of fire threw me off. That's fun though. Okay, my first burst, I missed the second shot, but now once you get used to it, it's just chugga 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 chugga
chugga chugga chugga. Hey, what's funny is it's so slow that my son was shooting it yesterday, and he's like, "Dad, where's the selector lever for full auto, or is this only semi-auto?" And I'm like, "No, actually, you just hold the trigger down."
You know, we always just like to mag dump, but let's see what it does. You know, burst or 1-2. It doesn't like the steel case stuff, maybe. Reliability is not a strong point yet. Let me try to push that mag forward.
They didn't have steel case in World War II.
Right?
They were shooting brass.
We'll try to conserve ammo here then.
Well, I mean, let's try to do some bursts.
That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, yes, when you get a hold of these things, you want to go full auto, but sometimes it feels like you're just pulling the trigger semi-auto anyway, as slow as it is.
That open bolt's so fun that way. Oh, nice. Okay.
100.
Okay. 100. Well, that's, you know, with the open bolt, before your bullet even launches, the whole gun is lurched.
Whoa.
Yeah, so, I gotta.
And it's not like the bolt is a little tiny piece.
Yeah, usually they're about a pound or a pound and a half.
Like, clunk,
you actually see it like move this way,
Watch,
the gun.
Do it.
It moves this way under the inertia of the spring pushing it this forward. And then it launches forward. That's crazy.
Yeah, the mechanics of it are silly.
Dry fire is like, yeah, no. All right, we're gonna charge them.
Vibration, oh.
No, we're not. Let's get them. I don't think I hit it running at 100 yards, but I had fun.
All right, so we've been shooting it with the stock extended. It's a little stiff, no doubt about it. But collapse it and then like shove. it's kind of ridiculous, the welds. Where's the safety, Dustin?
Right there.
There's the safety. So you close that little tab here on the top, closes and pushes and depresses the bolt. You kind of pop it.
Yep.
And
into the
holds
bolt.
the bolt. Bolt
Yep.
can't go anywhere. So if you were running around with a mag in it, the bolt can't, even if you drop it, the bolt isn't
Right.
gonna drop back and then fire the gun inadvertently by a drop fire because the bolt's locked.
Right. It did fall if I hold the trigger and open it. There it goes.
What do I do with this? Shut up. Take a look at it. See that cover? Yeah. Open it. Now you killing. Close it up. No, you ain't.
I always wondered if you could use the top to deflect your brass in a certain way. Like, okay, well, that'll put it in the right spot.
So I don't get it right in my face or something? Or you got a 5-gallon bucket right there? You're just
Yeah,
pushing them in?
So let's try like some hip firing.
Boy, yeah, that wire likes to dig into your wrist like this, but looks like fun. Too high. There it is. There we go. Well, I guess why it's full auto, so we can trace it in.
Walk it around.
That's fun.
Okay, what do you think? I mean, how much time do you have on MP40 and the Thompson?
A good bit on the Thompson. And Thompson, it's heavy. That's the first thing everyone says when they get it is, oh, it's heavy. Yeah, I mean, it's a solid block of steel. I appreciate, but you know, the Thompson's stupid expensive and to manufacture and all that. This, I really appreciate the ingenuity behind this. Now, it's large for what it is. When you realize the barrel and chamber is only this extension up here, everything else is the action. It's like, okay, you know, your barrel length velocity-wise over a 1911 and the compactness is
even
different.
compared to a Sten. Like a Sten, the actual action on it's not very big.
Right. So it looks like a lot of the action there because, well, your magazine's so far forward, you know, where you put it in. But I just loved the simplicity. But even, you know, your safety is your bolt cover. I think it's really cool.
The question is, which would you want to storm the beaches of Normandy and dive into a bunker with?
Man, you know, okay, well, even the Thompson's an open bolt, so I like being accurate, and I wasn't that accurate at 100 yards with it, but that's an open bolt in general. So, man, I almost kind of, for just movement purposes and having to carry that thing the whole time, this is a lot handier.
It's a lot handier. If you're a tanker,
oh yeah,
you're in a Sherman,
That's-
and you might need to jump out and fix a track.
it's a good bit more compact when you're talking about the Thompson, so
Right.
it's a lot more handy.
Right.
Where you're not going to collapse the Thompson down. You can take the stock off, but you know, if you're carrying it for miles and miles, it's kind of a winner.
I think so. Well, there you have it from Top Shot Dustin. I mean, and let's go in deeper a little bit on the gun, but later we're going to actually come to a conclusion. And you know, you have your opinion, but mine's always right. So.
So let's talk about the grease gun. You see, when World War II started, America had a problem. We had the Thompson submachine gun, and that was it. And the British had something called the Sten gun, which was, again, a very simple gun. The problem with the Thompson was it was very complicated, it was heavy, it was extremely expensive, and it fired very fast. The cyclic rate was off the charts. And so it's tough to control. We really needed something we could do quickly, inexpensively, and produce in massive numbers. And so enters the M3 grease gun. And this one I'm holding right here is not the M3. This is the M3A1. So this is the second version of the grease gun. Production on the M3 began in 1943, and though it was used in World War II, it was much more used extensively in Korea and Vietnam, all the way up into the 1990s. In fact, I had a friend who was a tanker, I believe he was a Marine tanker and armored unit, and he actually saw one of these in an M1 Abrams tank. So yeah, they were around. So now let's talk about like our first impressions of this gun. Now my belief is it looks like it was built with a ball peen hammer and some sheet metal, and somebody in their garage just beat it together, which is why I love this gun. It is so caveman simple that everything about this gun screams simple. Keep it simple, stupid, or KISS. Except for the barrel and the bolt itself, and then the trunnion inside here, everything is stamped steel. It's not milled. There's very little on this that's difficult to make. In fact, this was made by Guide Lamp, which is a division of General Motors, and they stamped these pieces out of the same machines that stamped them, make school cafeteria trays. If you remember those trays that you ate really bad food with. If you look, the welds here are very crude. They're not pretty. They're not meant to be pretty. They just serve the purpose. They get it done. It's much lighter than a Thompson and much more controllable and much cheaper to produce. I mean, much cheaper, about 1/10 the price. So let's go from one end to the other, and let's talk about first the barrel. You can see the barrel here, and it screws right off. So you can change it out really quickly. And then you can see the front side of the bolt face, and you see there's this little sheet metal tab that holds it in on this knurled portion of the trunnion here. You can see that it's got this little clamp spot here. I'll show you later. You actually use the wire stock as a grip in case that got, let's say you get carbon buildup in those threads. You can see the mag release. All right. Real simple. This is a double stack, but single feed magazine. If this gun had one failure, and it has a couple weak spots, it's the magazine. But remember, everybody was using these. So were the MP40 had the same double stack, single feed. So did the Sten gun. Again, 45 caliber, 30 round magazine. They didn't make magazines of any other size. Now we'll work our way back. This dust cover also serves as a safety. So let me show you that. You can see this little tab right here, and it fits in the finger slots of the bolt and locks it in place. And so now again, this is an open bolt design like most of the machine guns, especially the sub guns of World War II. And so it only fires from an open bolt. But if I charge the weapon, like I'm going to do now, with my finger, just pull it back and then snap it in. There you are. That's the safety. That is the only safety on this entire gun. Of course, it won't fire from this position, but pull that up, ready to fire. So if you drop the gun while the dust cover's closed, even with the bolt forward, it's not going to do anything. Now the dust cover has you can see some padding there, so it doesn't, I think that's to stop it from rattling. You could get some rattles inside here if you were running with it and this tab is connecting with the bolt. One of the ways you know this is an M3A1 and not the original M3 is the original M3 had a lever here to charge the weapon. And those, I guess they broke, they bend, and of course it was a little more complicated. And then they're like, okay, we'll just open up the ejection port and put these holes in the bolt and let you do it by hand with your fingers. You'd think that, okay, well, this will get really hot. It actually doesn't. It's a big mass. So I've never shot it to the point where it was too hot to charge with your fingers. Now you can see it's got sling mounts positions. I guess those fit the same sling as the M1 carbine. Another way you notice that it's not an M3 is there's no oil bottle. The M3s themselves had a little oil bottle kept in with a tab in here right next to the wire stock. Well, guess where they put it in this one? Right here. Here is your oil bottle. And this is actually the oiler. The bottle's internal. It slides in here and is threaded in here. So let me show you this shoulder stock. Again, simple. Everything about this gun. It is stiff. It actually pulls completely out if you wanted to. And you can use it as a wrench for your barrel. And then it has something on the back end. What is it? It's actually a loader for your magazine. So you can use this tab back here to depress rounds in your magazine. Now let's talk about the sights. Again, this is the M3A1, and so it doesn't have a little bent 90-degree angle sheet metal. It actually uses multiple bends to make this little hood and then weld it on. And you could even see ours has taken a beating. Real simple rear aperture and a little post up here. That's it. I think you're getting the theme here. Caveman simple. Simple to produce, simple to use, simple to maintain. And guess what? It all kind of combines with the cyclic rate, which is very slow. Chug, 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 as you saw from Top Shot Dustin. Easy to control, so that therefore you can train people very easily on how to use this. All of that combines to make a pretty good platform, which lasted a long time. Vietnam SEALs love to say they like this. And now that we've seen Top Shot Dustin and we know some more details, let's go and see what the Viking says about a caveman simple gun. I can predict, I think he likes it.
Okay, well, we've seen Top Shot Dustin shoot this grease gun, and I've told you a little bit of the history, kind of gone over the gun, and I really think we need our version of the Stig, Travis the Viking, to shoot it. I know you hate shooting guns.
It's the worst.
So, I mean, you'll grin and bear it for us. I want you to reserve your opinions till later, because you've shot a lot of subguns now, and we've shot all the World War II ones. We're gonna get through the reviews, but you tell me.
We'll go grease gun here.
It even sounds funny.
So this gun is fantastic. It's easy to shoot, it's fun. But one thing I noticed, and I don't know if you could see this sight isn't even centered. Like, that is some quality craftsmanship there. Anyway, I'd like to put another mag through it. We'll see how she goes. Shoot it kind of gangster style here.
Sorry, I can't help but laugh off camera, right? That's funny.
It is fun. I like this gun a lot. It's ghetto.
Yes. All I can say about this gun is yes. If I were in a tank, in a Sherman tank in World War II, and I need to jump out and hose down some Nazis,
not a bad option.
Not a bad option for low cost. Dustin likes it. I like it. You like it.
It's hard not to like. It really is an enjoyable gun to shoot.
So you're not going to want to miss the comparisons between all the World War II subguns, and we are going to actually set up a competition. My prediction is this might actually win that competition, but you're going to have to stick around to see. So thanks for watching.